protecting Africa's wildlife. It's an important night in the calendar, isn't it, for wildlife preservation?
It really is, and it's a night that celebrates unsung heroes, you know, in the world of conservation. The stories are inspiring, and I see it close up in my travels, the hard side of climate change and the threat that animals are under and habitat is under. And to be able to say to some of these guys, the job you do is amazing. Keep going. Well done, Tusk. You know, they really make a difference.
Because it's a huge undertaking, isn't it, when you consider the size of the area, the number of animals that are under threat, the types of threats there are, from poaching to drought in places like Zimbabwe. Do you kind of feel that they're making headway, or is it just continually trying to scratch the surface? And
no, they really are making headway, and it's because people get behind Tusk and support them that the change is happening. But, you know, you look at the horror of so much the illegal wildlife trade and, you know, the rhino horn and the elephant tusk and all of this. But it is changing. And all these things are such a core part of what makes the world amazing. And, you know, I think it's this thing of what you love, you protect, but you only love what you know. And it's about showing people how, you know, we live in such a beautiful world, but it's all of our jobs to champion things and protect, you know, wonderful heritages.
Fantastic to have the support of the Duke and Duchess. The Duchess couldn't be there, though. We understand there was some childcare issues, which we're all laughing about. It's great to know that even they struggle with a babysitter every now and again, if that was the case. But
can't make a big event.
No, but having them at the figurehead of this and being supporting is huge, isn't it, for the profile, but the support that they lend.
They are incredible. I mean, they have been the power behind, you know, really putting Tusk at the forefront of conservation like that. And, you know, you can see it's in the Prince William's heart. It really is, and it's inspiring to see.
Was he inspired by your moustache, Bear?
Incredibly inspired.
The moustache.
He looked at it and he went, ooh.
Did he? Was that the reaction?
And I always find myself apologising before I've even sort of said a word, you know.
So I'm obsessed with this, because so you'd been in the jungle, you've got a big beard, you had to trim it up because you had a big sort of Marines dinner. Yeah,
I thought, I can't turn up mess getting a beard, that would never work. So I left the moustache, then I went home, Shara, my wife, go, ooh. And I thought, well, I'm filming next week.
So despite that, you thought you were going to keep it?
Well, I've started our new Netflix series again next week, so I'm going to get rid of it for that. But I thought it's November, you know, and why not? It
looks like, I mean, Sean and I are comparing facial hair. It looks like you're grooming there, though. Is there a little bit of trim here? It's got a little bit of style about it.
Thank you very much. Well, no. I mean, Shara keeps saying what I want for Christmas, and now I know. I want a moustache brush, although it will be gone by then. But I didn't realise how much male grooming... People always go, oh, what oil do you use? And I'm like, what do you mean, what oil do I use?
Beard oil?
Yeah.
You've got to have beard on.
You've got to have
really?
Yours has got
like
legs.
some kind of
See, it's like when you become a motorbike, you know, it's like you suddenly realise there's this whole culture of, you know, it's a bit like that with having facial hair. But for me, this is a new thing, and as my family say, a temporary thing.
It looks a little bit like Tusks, though. It seems very apt for last night. You've got some Tusks.
That's it. OK, cut. Yeah. This is my Tusk story.
It's very impressive you did that, especially for the awards.
Thank you very much.
So, look, your Running Wild series is going from strength to strength. We've talked about the fact you've had Barack Obama on it, Julia Roberts, Kate Winslet.
You know, Kate Garraway's in the jungle at the moment. You could have given her some tips before she went in there as to some survival techniques. Is there anything, though, that you think you would face that you would hate? Like, what would your worst fear be? Because she doesn't like heights bugs, and spiders and all sorts of things.
Camping.
What does it for you?
Camp fever. I think I'm a celebrity, I'd be terrible. I'm just stuck in one place. But I like the constant moving and innovating, and you've got to come up with clever ways of doing stuff and crossing rivers and getting up cliffs. I like the pace and the movement.
So it'd be the boredom that would get to you.
So I think I'd be bad with that, yeah. It's funny, actually, on the going to the loo, because we have... One thing we always take with us on these shoots is, we've had it from the beginning, is this little porta potty, and it's like this little bucket. And every time the guests, you know, they go, where, and you know, they see the bucket, and... The thing is, the one thing on our shoot that is pristine after 6 seasons of this show, hundreds of episodes all over is this bucket. Nobody's ever used.
Oh, really?
The bucket. So they see it and they start going to it. They go, hey, no, not the bucket. You know, everything else is all ripped and broken, covered in mayo. But this one bucket, you could eat your dinner off it.
But no one's used it?
No, we like to keep it. It's a sort of symbolic sort of thing now.
A symbolic throne in the wild.
Yeah. So they're going to watch it. All of our team are going to watch it. I can't believe the only thing, Bear, you talk talked about. It's a pristine bucket.
It's the toilet. But it is fascinating how you take people out of their comfort zone. You take them somewhere like that, and yet that produces the environment where they want to open up, talk about anything. There's something, isn't there, about kind of getting back to nature that helps people to feel like
it's a wild, it's the magic again of the Tusk stuff. We are natural beings, and it's ingrained in our DNA. And I think for all of us, if you sit on a chat show for 3 minutes, it's much more of it's a performance, who's funny, and you see it on the chat show. But you climb a mountain together and you spend time together and you light a fire together and you swim across something and you face some fears. It's a bonding experience, and you sit down and you talk about life. And the cameras roll, but you sort of forget about the cameras. You talk about the struggles and the doubts and the triumphs and the things that have shaped these amazing Hollywood stars. We took Prime Minister Modi of India. But what a great guy. And his whole message was, I want to clean up India. I want to do something with it. It's now the biggest country on earth, or I think it's neck and neck with China.
Yes.
Biggest democracy on earth. I want to lead the way for climate change and get rid of single-use plastic, and inspiring to hear his message.
Yeah. Are you ready for Christmas, Bear? Is it in the Grylls household?
Always ready. I'm prepared. Actually, no. No, I've got a ton of work to do.
You've got filming to do beforehand anyway.
Yeah, but I love Christmas. I get very excited. Favourite month of the year in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is brilliant, isn't it? Well, look, it's lovely to see you. Thank you for coming in. I know you had late night,
Yeah,
but it's brilliant to see you. And very, very impressed by that facial hair. I have some serious jealousy.
One thing I can guarantee you, next time we see each other, it will be gone.
Oh, we should auction it off. You've got to shave it and you could recreate it.
Well, actually, we're doing it we go filming next week for our Netflix show. It's our interactive adventure one where the viewer decides what I do.
Amazing.
So we actually thought we'll kick off this adventure, instead of do we backflip out of the helicopter or front flip, it's going to be shave the moustache.
Yes. They might vote to keep it.
But then I'm not sure how that will work. So if it goes, then
it's the key, the key decisions you need the public to make.
Very important decisions.
Bear, thanks so much for coming in. Lovely to see you, Susanna.
Yeah, great to see you.